Okay, guys, this is going to be a lot of work, all right? Reconnaissance, but trust me, putting in a lot of work makes it worth your while, okay? Very first thing is what we're going to do is you picture the secret of one. I've been talking about it, so you have your target niche picked out already, right? And you can literally go through each individual city and get tons of information from them, okay? And you got to keep it. You can do it for free with Google Docs or Google Sheets rather. And let me give you kind of an idea. This is what I did. I went through manually and got all this information too. These were plumbers in my local city too. Plumbers, and then I have plastic surgeons, and then I have, my computer's so slow, lawyers, dentists, car dealerships, you name it. I went through and I got tons, okay? So let me kind of just give you an idea of what it was that I was doing. I would find their email address, which is really easy to do, and I'm going to show you here in a second how you can find their email address. And then I would check to see if they had the Facebook pixel installed. I would check to see if they had the global site tag from Google Analytics installed. I would see where they're ranking in their SEO. I would check to see if they had any active ads on Facebook, and I would check their backlink count, and again their email address, website, email address, contact name, if available, phone number. And then I would check off every time I reach out and contact them, I would check it off. And that goes back to what I was saying about the rule of 7, right? It takes 7 points of contact before you can actually do it. So this is a good idea to check how many times you're sending emails out to them, because after 7 times, it's like, what's the point? Don't even do it anymore. It's too many, right? As you can see, this one, the car dealerships, I didn't really go too far into, but you'll see first contact, second contact, third, fourth, and then I try to close, try to get them to let me get them on a call. All right, so how do you do that? It's super easy. Do your local city because it works best, but open Google in incognito because you don't want it pulling up your location if you're checking other cities. But do your local city first, and all you have to do is say something like, what did we just look at? Car dealerships, dealerships, and some random city. Just I can't think of a random city right now. San Antonio. So obviously if I was in the incognito window, it would give me all of their results, but right now it's going to give me mixed results because it's going to do my local section. But what I like to do, because you want to find pain points, right? That's the whole point of doing this checklist, is because you want to find stuff that they're doing wrong. Now, whatever your agency is, okay, find out. You can go to their website. Everyone's got something wrong, okay? And let me pull this niche back up here, my list. And you'll see how some are highlighted red because they don't have Facebook pixels in here, right? And look at all those backlinks that this company has versus this one who's only got 2, right? So obviously when it's green, these are people that I feel like I can help out a lot better than I can help the people in red. But there's kind of a counter argument to that too, is like, because the people that are already doing marketing feel like they're a lot easier to sign up for marketing than the people who aren't doing marketing because they're reluctant. So it's kind of it's all about testing. You got to try everyone. But that's kind of the point, is like, now you have information, so that way when you're talking to them, you know about their website, right? Because you're doing your reconnaissance. So what I do is I just come through, and you can open the Google Maps section, and nobody ever goes to page 2, but I do. I go to page 8. So what happens here is, let's not do that. You can just go through and start clicking on their websites, which for some reason they don't have the websites up. Or you can just start opening these in new tabs, right? And I don't want to make this video super long because I just want to give you the gist of it. So one way to do this is to... this is obviously Auto Trader, so that's not relevant because that's not a car dealership. So you want to close that out. When you get this is a car dealership, so this is where I start getting all their information, right? A lot of the times when you go to About Us or Contact page, they'll have their email, but there's a lot of companies that aren't really putting their email on their website anymore because they don't want people to email, they want them to call, right? So I'm going to show you a little trick around that, because obviously if we go to the Contact page, and my computer's going to start getting really slow right here. You can go to their contact page and see if they have an email. And in this case, they don't, right? Surprise, surprise. But they do have Facebook. And Facebook usually has contact information, and that's a share link. You sons of guns. All right, so it's gun, Gunn auto. So let's just go to Facebook manually and then type in their name. A lot of websites have the icon; it'll take you straight to it, but that was just a share link. So we're gonna change this up right now. So this is Gun Auto, and love how my computer's so super slow right now. Gun Automotive San. Any day now. I think it's Facebook, man. Every time I open Facebook, my computer starts lagging. Maybe it's just not compatible with Chrome anymore. So this is the car dealership, Gun Honda, Gun Acura. So what we want to do is we want to go to like their actual Facebook page, not the specific car. So they clearly have one for each car, right? So we have to look at their website and see which website we're on here. It's Auto Group. So what we want to do is we want to come up here and put in Auto Group. So that's their main page, Gun Automotive Group. So you can tell by the logo that it's theirs. And then all you have to do is come here and you're going to be able to do this a lot quicker because your computer's not going to be lagging as badly as mine is. But you just go to the About section of their business page. And 9 times out of 10, well, maybe 8 times out of 10, they have an email here, which in this case they don't. It happens sometimes. You can also go to their Twitter page and see if they have an email there, or you can also go to their Instagram page. Does it take a long time? Yes, but it gives you the information, or you can just skip it. They don't have it and move on to the next one. It's fine. Don't get hung up on something, right? So here's another one that we pulled: Freedom Chevrolet in San Antonio. So contact us. First, let's scroll to the bottom and see if they have a social media, because I can tell you right now, people just don't put their email on their websites. It's almost a waste of time checking, to be honest. So we're going to go to their Facebook page first. And the reason why I wanted to go to their Facebook page, and I really want to find their About section. This looks like a pretty large dealership too. Yeah, there it is. Burrito, and they have an email address. So there's a lot of, on their Facebook pages, they usually have email, and so their Instagram too. People put it there because Facebook asks for it, and so does Instagram. So awesome. So now that we know that we have an email address contact, now we can actually start investigating their website, right? That's awesome. So we have a contact information. So now we can log it in the spreadsheet, and then we can come down here to the transparency section. We can go see more. All right. And this page is currently running Facebook ads. So we can see what kinds of ads they're running. And we can even point this out to their competitors if we can have a sit-down consultation with them. Be like, hey, Freedom Chevrolet is running Facebook ads. People don't like it when they talk about their competitors. Well, your competitors are doing this. So look at all their ads that they're running. Awesome. So you may or may not want to reach out to them for Facebook ads. But I have Ahrefs right here. So Ahrefs, I might want to reach out to them for, and we can close that. I don't need that anymore. We're done with them. So we're going to take this website, freedomchevy.com, and then we're going to come over here to Ahrefs, and they have a backlink counter section. It's free to the public. So you can go ahead and type this in here. It's a great tool. And Ahrefs is great to see rankings, and you can do web audits and stuff like that. But that's for the paid membership. But this one, the backlink counter is real. You just have to deal with the CAPTCHA. And so you'll see it gives me the backlink count, 4,166. And just to give you kind of a reference, if we come down here and we go to like page 5, and we grab a car dealership that's on page 5 of this, let's open them up. And then we come here and we grab them. Usually when they're on page 5, they're not going to have great backlinks because they're not ranking well in SEO. So I'm going to kind of show you. That one seems like it was a good website though. I can't believe they were on that far back, because usually when they're good websites, they're ranking pretty well. CAPTCHA. Yeah, they're ranking well too. I'll keep going because I want to show you. Like, let's pick this one right here. Bet you these guys are. And I'm just kind of giving you ideas to find stuff that might be wrong with their website, right? Like that you can point out, because creating a pain point is the goal. You want to create a pain point, especially when we're in the next video when we're going to be talking about cold emails. You got to create this I hate that my competitors are doing better than me kind of thing, and that's where a lot of them see. This one's 2,900. There's a lot. Honestly, look at how many I go through. I went down the list and I just started like adding. Okay, this one had 5,000. This one had 7,000 or 2,000, 4,000. This one only had 54, 88. And I went through and I checked them all, right? And I did this for every niche. Yes, it's a lot of work, but when I had this information, it allowed me to create the pain points. So I actually got a lot more responses, because when I wrote my emails, it was targeted around those pain points, and I could take screenshots of them, and I could be like, your competitor is running Facebook ads. Well, look at, they're beating you in backlinks, and I'm going to talk more about that in the next video. But this is just stuff that you can do to check to see where their strength is and where they're ranking at, right? Also, when you're on the website, you can view page source. Just right click on the page, view page source. It's going to open up in a new tab, and when you read the coding, you can see if they have the Facebook pixel installed, right? Like you just type in the word Control F or Command F if you're on Mac, and you just type in pixel, and they don't have it installed on their site. Also the UA global site tag, if you just type in UA dash, yeah, they do have that installed. They got a couple of them for tracking. So obviously, if they don't have that, it's a good thing to be like, I noticed that you're not tracking the traffic that's coming to your website. So here's Bing, or here's Kia. I was thinking Bing because some people put the Bing tracking in on their website instead of the Google one. But again, you just check do they have it? It's compatible. You see what I'm saying? Oh, they do have the tracking. So they're tracking it. But do they have the pixel? Yes, he does. He's got the Facebook pixel installed. So, and reaching out to them may not be the best thing, because it seems like they know what they're doing. But again, I'm just giving you ideas to do recon and check their website and find pain points, stuff that they could be doing wrong, so you can jump in and be like, hey, I noticed you were doing this when your competitor's doing this. It's just, you got to create that pain point in their head, because people do not like it if somebody else is doing better than them. It's just a little known fact. What else was there? So according to my list here, oh right, and the Hoth.com. Now, where's my tool? Hold on, online tools, the Hoth. Okay, so you can get all kinds of free tools online. People have them. The Hoth is pretty cool. I like using them because they have so many free tools. All you have to do is come up here to SEO tools, right? And SEO audit. You can do an audit report. I mean, I personally use my white label agency platform. I use their software because they do it for free too. But in this case, we're going to do rankings checker, right? So let's go ahead and grab one of these random websites that we just checked. And then we're going to go back over here to Hoth.com. And we're going to throw that in and it's free. So you can check to see where they're ranking. And what I usually do is I'll take a screenshot. If they're not ranking well, I'll send a screenshot to them and be like, hey, I noticed you're not coming up in Google. Just ways to find pain points. That's it. Look at all your competitors. They're coming up. These are all the keywords they're ranking for. You do have to give your email address to get the free stuff. So who cares, right? It's just an email. Okay, so we're going to view the Google rankings. And what's really cool about this is that like even when they are ranking pretty well, you can still point out bad stuff about it, right? Like you can see right here that they are ranking well. They have a lot of keywords showing up in Google. But look at the numbers that they're ranking. So they're ranked number 1 on this, but once you start getting down, no, they're doing really well though. This is a terrible example. Yeah, they've got a lot on page 1. All right, so that was a good a good example. Let's check Freedom. Kind of want to get a bad example. Kind of show you what I'm talking about. God, they have a lot ranking too. Let me give one from my spreadsheet. Hold on, Who's someone ranking bad? There we go. Camel Motors. This is one that I did. That way I'm not spending all day trying to find a bad example. Or a good example of a bad ranking. Alright, so once we look at the words right here, Camel Motors, you'll notice how they do have words ranked number 1, right? But then as we get down the list, they start getting up and the rankings start getting worse. So they have a lot of words that they're showing up on like page 10 and nobody goes to page 10. You can point that out. So they only have a handful of words that they are ranking for. Now here's the cool part though, is that it tells them right here that they're getting 60.58% of this traffic, right? So that means they're getting about 390 clicks per month on that word right there. So if somebody types in their name precisely, then they find them. But what good is that? You don't want organic search if somebody knows your name because they know about you already. You want other words, right? But they're ranking for only their name. So once it comes here to like buy here, pay here, okay, they're getting 260 searches. But then right here, Camel Motors on Park, again, you have to type in their name. Let's find a different one. BMW Camel. They're only ranking for words that have their name in it. Buy here, pay here, auto dealers. Yeah, they're ranked 4, but this one's only worth 40 clicks per month, right? So you can create a pain point even though a pain point isn't really there. Buy here, pay here, cars Tucson. Ranked 8, only 40 clicks per month. So you can create a pain point that isn't actually there if you actually just start doing the recon about this stuff, right? It doesn't have to be a big pain point. It just has to be a reason to break the ice. That's the whole point of doing this, is that you want a reason to contact them. You want to know about your clients, okay? That's why I don't recommend going to the scraper. You can hire a scraper and get tons of email addresses, but what are you going to write them? What are you gonna mention in your message? No, this way you can write more of like a personalized email. You can use a template for everyone, but then you can kind of like make subtle variations, right? Like you can mention in your email, hey, went to your website, and always compliment. I'll get to that in the next video, but always compliment in your cold videos first before you get into the pain points, okay? Always compliment first. If you go straight into the pain points, you're just going to get rejected. Be like, hey, love your website. Clearly put in a lot of work on that. Looks like you had a pro do it. But I couldn't help but notice that you don't have the Facebook pixel. You see what I'm saying? Compliment before you neg. So that's it. Just put the work in and find that. And truth be told, full disclaimer, I hate free traffic methods. Okay, it is a lot of unnecessary work. So if you have a budget, the only thing that I would do is if you have a Facebook ads budget, you can run $1,000 a month. I would just go through and do what I just did and just gather email addresses. And you can do that through Instagram, through like when I did the Instagram survey, just get a bunch of email addresses, because you could then take those, all those email addresses, right? Like that's a bad example. Let me go to one that I have a lot of, plastic surgeons. All right, I could take all of these email addresses. Wow, I thought I had more than that. That was weird. Oh, I'm in a different spreadsheet. Wow, this was an old one. Anyway, so I can take all these plumbers and I can upload that CSV file to Facebook. Just upload the emails, and Facebook builds an audience and starts putting it in front of plumbers for me. And they put my ad, and then my ad has the link to my funnel, and then the people go through my funnel and they schedule calls. You see how that works? So it's that's honestly the best strategy, and I'll get to that in the paid traffic section. But if you're doing recon, expect a lot of work and a lot of rejection, a lot of emails that don't get opened. Okay, it's just that simple. I've said it before in other videos that everything costs you money. Traffic costs you money, or every traffic costs you something. Free traffic costs you time, a lot of time, a lot of effort. Okay, paid traffic is going to cost you money, so you got to figure out what it is that you're willing to spend to get traffic. That's the way that it is. All right. So I actually hope you don't have to do this, but if you do, I wish you the best of luck.